Hi, my name is Heath Kenny. I'm the Chief Content Officer at Mercury Filmworks here in Ottawa.
My name is Mansa Chintoh, and I am a producer.
Gary Schwartz is my name, and my current role is... Wow, what? That's like a really good question. What is my current role? Troublemaker, that's it. I am the animation anarchist. That's my role in this universe.
My name is Mike Melanson. I'm an animator, storyboard artist, and a writer.
So my name is Onyi Ude, and currently I am the co-founder and CEO of Pipeline Animation. And Pipeline is essentially like Uber for animation. We're a talent marketplace for animation services. So you can get anything you need there, from individual creatives to working with boutique studios to even working with vendor studios for big projects.
Yeah, so I'm Stuart Buckley, and my current role in animation is I work with Mike Melanson, we're creative partners, and I co-write and co-direct and co-produce all of our stuff.
My name is Brooke Keesling. I'm the head of animation talent development at Bento Entertainment. I'm also a professor at CalArts in the character animation department. I'm the vice president of ASIFA Hollywood and an active member of the TV Academy and the Motion Picture Academy and Women in Animation.
I'm here because I'm part of the festival sponsors. I'm Wacom as a company, and my name is Patricio Manueco.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Knoller, and I'm an animation training and 2D pipeline consultant.
Okay, what brought me this year, I have to go back a little bit. I've been coming here for 23 years, since 1999. I've held many hats, from promoting animation equipment to teaching animation to workshops to presenting films here. The entire soup to nuts of the kinetic paradigm.
I'm here with my co-creators, Stuart Buckley, to pitch our animated series at the Pitch This contest.
I'm actually representing myself this year, and I'm really excited to promote a couple programs that I've designed to help students get into the industry.
Yeah, so I'm here because we got invited to come compete in Pitch This.
I've been coming to the Ottawa Animation Festival since I was a student and my student film played here 20 odd years ago, and I've loved it ever since and tried to come every year. I love recruiting talent here because there's so much talent of all ages. I mean, of course, there's a lot of students here, there's a lot of emerging talent, but there's also older proven talent, there's diverse talent, so it's a great place overall to meet talent from all over the world. It's very exciting to be here.
I came to the Ottawa Animation Festival this year to pitch my animated series, Project Blackout, which we are currently developing and are trying to find buyers and co-producers for. We also participated in the Pitch This contest.
So yeah, big fan of festivals. I love to connect with people like on a face-to-face level. So now that we're on the other side of COVID, it was such a great opportunity for me, a new arrival in Canada, 2 years ago before the pandemic, to actually get to know people better and connect with our local community. And also, for us as a company at Mercury, it's a great opportunity to sort of give back a little bit. And we really feel quite passionate about the Pitch This program and like getting involved in that and supporting like the next generation of storytellers in Canada. It's a real privilege and super fun.
Well, like I said, we are part of the festival sponsors. Wacom is the largest, basically, tool for artists. So they use it as a hardware to draw, animate, and sketch. We're probably using Toon, I'm assuming, and probably another creative software. So that's what the reason we're here, just to support all this creative community. Super excited to be part of it, and just continue building the relationship here in this market in Canada.
Okay, so what brought me here was actually Pipeline is getting ready to move from our alpha to our beta, meaning that we're going to be making it available to the wider public. And we wanted to be able to understand what some of the needs were for some of our clientele and some of the members that will be on our platform on a global scale. So it was really important that we came here to Canada, which in my opinion is one of the biggest hubs of animation in the world. So it was really important to come here, talk to the people, and see ways that we can improve our services for them.
Probably because every 10 minutes I experience some form of magic. And when I talk to people about that, it seems that they also go through that same thing at these kinds of events. Sitting somewhere next to a stranger and creating a connection that just propels you forward.
I'll speak from personal experience. For me, it was a chance to kind of immerse myself in the community. Animation can be a very isolating kind of experience. Working from home, working from an office, long hours, not really talking to people. So being able to connect with people and just share our passion for the medium.
Well, animation, the business of animation is one of the most collaborative, creative experiences as is, right? So it's very important that we continue to remain a community and talk about ways that we can improve on our process, improve on our industry, and find new opportunities to really expand our global reach. I mean, now more than ever with streaming services and other social media platforms popping up, the need for animation is growing. That consumption is growing. So we have to figure out new ways to get content out there faster, of higher quality, and make sure we're getting a nice, healthy return so we can continue to grow our ecosystem, as it were.
Well, I mean, Canada has such a thriving animation industry, and with Ottawa being the capital of the country, I feel like it's correct that this festival happens here because of, this is the capital.
Well, to be honest, I think the biggest thing is it takes you from out behind your Cintiq or your Wacom or whatever you're using, and reconnects with people and allows you to understand that you're not alone, and that maybe some of your struggles are not unique to you, and other people are going through the same things, and they've maybe found ways to deal with it that you haven't thought of or you haven't quite tried yet. And also, people can remind you of how successful you really are, because I think it's a community that's quite unique in the sense that it's full of really supportive and positive people. So actually, taking that step to go out into these festivals and reconnect with everybody and remind yourself why you got into the business and why you love animation and how special really a community it is.
It's the largest animation festival in North America, so that's one of the main reasons. I think there's a lot of great companies sponsoring this festival, a lot of talent, which is, to be honest, to me, that's the most important thing. Seeing all these young creative people doing their thing, sharing, networking, I think that's the value behind it. It's just wonderful. Seeing the community who really creates this amazing stuff that we see on TV.
This festival, and I would say animation festivals in general, are very important because it's a place where artists and animators can see their work on the big screen with an audience, which, all of the places where you can see work online are wonderful, but it's not the same as seeing your work with an audience. Also, if you don't have work here, you get to see work that may inspire you to pivot to a new technique, or maybe you'll make a connection with someone that you can work with in the future. So there's so many opportunities at a festival in person that you don't get just being online. Not that there's anything wrong with online, festivals. It's just there's a unique and wonderful experience of meeting people and, having a beer with someone and maybe finding out that you can work together in the future.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, so it's my first experience at really any animation festival, and I've been really blown away by the sense of not just community, but community building. I feel like I've really been welcomed in, and I see that as a really kind of foundational and important part of events like this, is to kind of bring the community together. I don't know.
The big C, I'm not talking about that C. Community. It's all about community. That is the most difficult question of all. There's nothing that's favored. There's nothing that's favored because everything is so beyond amazing. I love the workshops. I really love the meet the filmmakers. I love everything. I love seeing the films. But the single biggest thing about this festival I love is the schmoozateria. Schmooze and teria. Put them together, you got schmoozateria.
Well, I will tell you the talk that I really enjoyed, like the Hugo Covarrubias. He's from Chile. He was the reason I like that one, I've been here since Wednesday, and I've been listening to some of them or watching them. It's because Hugo Covarrubias has a really strong story behind taking care of all the details of the animation, so that's why I really enjoy it.
Well, so far I think that my well, obviously I'm biased. I really like the pitch of this event. I'm quite biased with that, but I also I enjoyed some of the business stuff as well around the CMF and also you know, state of the industry today. I had to jump out early, but it was a really great discussion about diverse voices in the industry and how we can take measures to actually continue to push that agenda and push things forward, and making sure that we are, you know, seeing people both in front of the screen and behind the screen being wholeheartedly represented.
Yeah, so I've done mostly panels so far. I haven't been able to get to any screenings yet, but I'm excited for those. But out of the panels, I really enjoyed both the Pinecone and Pony panel and the Super Wish panel. I found them both really entertaining and really informative. I learned a lot.
My favorite one so far, I would say the future of animation, right? I'm very, very future driven, and I love conversations that talk about how we move our community and our culture forward, right? Everybody wants to get into animation, so the idea of democratizing animation and making it more accessible always excites me. So those were some of the things discussed, and new ways to really expand how we do the future of work. A lot of people don't know, animation's been doing remote work for years now. Everyone else is just catching up. So we've always kind of been ahead of the curve. So it's interesting to see how we're curating discussions about how to not only provide an environment that inspires the creatives that work in our studios, but also a way to support them through this really unprecedented time, which is the COVID-19 era, if you will.
I really liked the Warner Brothers party. I enjoyed that because there was karaoke, and it was an event that was super accessible. We were able to mingle with executives and other creators, and it just felt like a fun party of people who were excited to be here and to be involved in animation.
I think that the panel regarding the state of the industry was probably the most important panel that I've seen so far. And what was really interesting is it was packed and it was completely silent. I think you could hear a pin drop outside of watching all those women speak.
That's a hard question. Honestly, probably the Super Wish panel with Vanessa Estevez and Adrian Thatcher. They were, full transparency, they were our mentors for the pitch this contest, but also they're wonderful people and very talented people. So it was just great to see them talk about their process, and yeah, Super Wish is a cool show.
It's hard to pick just one favorite here at the Ottawa Animation Festival, but I really love the competition screenings because they always show a variety of flavors of animation and techniques, and you see animation from all over the world and places that are often underrepresented in the rest of the commercial animation space. So it's a very inspirational place to see work.
Yes, I do actually. I thought about it yesterday. Someone asked me, and I think the biggest piece of advice I can give anybody is don't forget that a smile and a wave goes a long way. And so if you see someone you want to speak to and you're a little bit shy, just smile and wave. It really works every time.
Advice for people looking for community. Come to these events. You know, that's how you find it. I've made my own community here. Before coming to this festival, I didn't really have a lot of contacts, and I've made a little family over the past few days. So my advice is come to these events. It's much more welcoming than you would think. And yeah.
Online communities are great. Got a quick plug, the Animation Club on Clubhouse and on Twitter. We love animators from all over the world. Come on over. We have great discussions. We have people from students all the way to the executive producers having great conversations. So please come on over. But when it comes to these festivals, sometimes you can't afford it as a student or on your salary, but it's a great opportunity to volunteer. Volunteers always get an opportunity to do a little bit of work, but then actually get an opportunity to go and see some of the panels, network, and expand their horizon. So if you're out there and you're hungry for the opportunity, hop on a train, get in the car, whatever you can do, get down here, volunteer, be a part of the process, and be a part of this global community that is animation. We want you here, so come on over.
Yeah, this is my first time at something like this, so I'm kind of learning that on the fly. And what I think I've come to figure out is networking is not something you do. It's something that happens when you're doing something else, and that is basically just connecting with people in a genuine way. You're not really trying to achieve anything or trying to get something out of someone. You're doing it wrong if that's your mindset. It's more so if you're actually here for the love of animation, then you're naturally going to talk to people about things that excite you and excite them. And networking is just going to happen as a byproduct.
Definitely. I think that the first thing that you have to recognize is it's on you, that you have to take that first step. And that's something that even I have to practice all the time. So it's really nice to come here and put myself out there and put yourself out there and say hi, see where it goes.
Of course, I mean, they need to be part of that. That's the way you grow. That's the way you belong to a group, and especially if you want to be an animator, coming to these festivals, meeting the right people, using the right tools to work. So that's part of the conversations, the community. If you don't know them, they will empower you, it will share with you. So that's also important. So I believe that's one of the key things, being part of it, and at least for this festival, right?
My advice for animators to connect, I'm a recruiter and I'm an extrovert, so I know it's easier for me to connect with people because I'm just wired that way. And I know I started as an animator, and it was hard for me to sit and be quiet all day and just animate. So I know that a lot of animators and artists tend to be more introverted, but if they take the chance and come out, most animators, I've been working in this industry for so long, most animators are really nice. And if you just, get that courage to connect with people in person, you'll get so much of a return for that. I think it's very worthwhile to come and meet people in person and go to Ottawa, go to some of the other animation conferences and festivals. It's very worthwhile. It could have massive returns. I am still working with people that I met at the festival 20 odd years ago. So those connections just keep growing and growing, and you never know how you may be able to help someone or how someone may be able to help you, or you can help each other.
Yeah, well, as a newbie on the scene who doesn't really know what he's doing, it seems like just by being a nice guy and going around and just not worrying too much about like what people can do for you or what you can do for people, and just try to make that like human connection with people. Try to be someone that, like, I don't know, people will think of me like, oh yeah, that guy, he was a nice guy,
Come to the Ottawa International Animation Festival. Beg, borrow, steal. Get your carcass here.